Welcome back, guys. This is the episode 109 with the Play On podcast with Jesse and Jerry. Jesse, you are Nostradamus when it comes to the Premier League. You've been guessing all of Arsenal point drops so far. Um, I'm still skeptical. There's still a couple games and crucial games left in the season. But yeah, we'll get started right away. I think that's probably the biggest talking point of this weekend.
Well, yeah, it's some people just Jerry's not a big enough hater to understand that certain things happen when you just hate enough.
Listen, when I start believing, Man City starts dropping points. So that's why I'm like,
See,
let me take a step back.
no, see, Jerry's too superstitious. Once you're a hater enough, you just know so much about what's gonna happen that you can see what's, especially a club like Arsenal, from down to the players to the manager, the mentality that they have is terrorist ball. And you can't win with terrorist ball. The gods of football would not allow that. And has been clearly shown by what's happening currently in the season. Because I think I saw a set of 11 days ago, Arsenal had the opportunity to go 12 points up in the Premier League table.
Mhm.
And since then on, they are not set to be, they're 3 points ahead, but with Man City having the game in hand and having the better, because the next game is against Burnley. So if Man City win, will even if they just score one goal, they'll be even on goal difference, and from that it goes to head, which Man City have the advantage in. So already they have the lead, and from then on, Jerry says it's worrying because of the schedule and everything else. But what Jerry doesn't realize is that it's already over because this past weekend, the game against Arsenal versus Man City was basically the final of this Premier League. The mentality has been broken. If you saw how the players were after the game, after they lost, they were down in the dumps. They they know it's over. Declan Rice had to go on and put on a show of going up to each player, picking him up and saying, "It's not over yet. It's not over yet." Yes, it is, boy. And your big piece or big reason why because you failed to show up once again. Best midfielder in the world, best PFA Player of the Year, whatever he's being nominated for. Where has that been the past couple, like this entire April? I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah, this is probably I don't really want to say it. I don't know if you saw it, but when when the Arsenal was getting a corner, like fans were celebrating, like if they
Yeah,
went and
they
scored a
scored a goal,
goal.
like they scored a goal,
Oh God, that's how you
and
know
that's the
it's kind of
mentality.
chalked. That's how you know it's
And
chalked.
and it's funny because these are Arsenal fans that were since Arsene Wenger's been there, they've been claiming, "Oh, we play beautiful football. Who cares about anything else? Look at our football. It's best to watch." And now they've devolved into becoming what they once made fun of because they like even Arsene Wenger made fun of Stoke football, and this is exactly what they're playing now, and they're like celebrating it.
Man, it is what it is. And the only reason Arsenal was in that game was because of Donnarumma's mistake. It's
Yeah.
taking too much time to try to clear that ball and just trying to play it out at the back. But yeah, in the end, Man City won the game. In true Man City fashion, and plus Arsenal got away with the red card too with the Gabriel headbutt.
Not just that, because it would have been a straight red, so he would have been banned for 3 games, which even worse for them.
So because yeah, he's the main goal scorer when it comes to corners. So
Corners, yeah.
they take away his lethal threat, dude. They would
Yeah,
have
they take
nerfed him.
away their Arsenal goals. There you go. But
But
yeah, I think it just came down to the difference in players. Because as we've said, Arsenal have no X factors in that forward line, even after the amount of money they spent. Because who were the ones that scored? Cherki and Haaland, two players with X factor written all over them.
mhm.
Cherki just diced up that defense and scored a wonderful goal. And then Haaland, like he only had like two chances and he at least buried them. On the other side, you have Havertz, who's the second top earner, depending on like where they're tied with Saka, and also costed like what 60, 70 million. He blew two chances, a one-on-one against Donnarumma and then that header at the end. Like that's the
Also,
difference.
he fell down easily when it came to the one-on-one and like the supposedly red card that they usually call in Barcelona. He blew that. Like, why are you falling to the ground? You had the clear advantage to either sell the foul more because he's gonna have to knock you down because you cut off his ankle, or you have a one-on-one with the goalie, but he decides to opt out for the easy time, for the easy one, and just fall early, try to get a foul and a red potential red card and put Man City in the against the ropes. But Man, that's the mentality they have, like you said. But again, I just don't want to be too confident in
I
Man City
agree.
winning it because I think it's still tied. Even in goal difference, I think the goal difference is one,
One.
so it's nothing crazy. But
It's over, Jerry. Listen to me. I've been saying this since January. It's over, and you have resisted since then, and you continue to resist, Jerry. I'm telling you, it's over.
they still have Arsenal has really tough matches. Doesn't help that the Champions League is coming up too. They're facing Atletico Madrid, who also lost cup final this past weekend. So it's like literally two broken clubs going against each other in a semifinal. But yeah, Arsenal has Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, Fulham, Atletico Madrid, West Ham, Burnley, and then Crystal Palace away as their final match of the season.
And
And
right,
well,
uh, yeah, and all those matches are tough because Fulham has been playing really well.
yeah,
Harry Wilson has been in incredible form. Newcastle, as we've seen with against Barca, on their day they can be very threatening and can like put you on your heels and finish you off. Uh, who West Ham, they're fighting for their lives because they're only 1 point up against Spurs, who are in the relegation zone, so they can't drop any points.
yeah, they're
So
2 points up. But like you said, it's still hard, especially again that Champions League matchup. It's going to be so demanding on them. It's not going to be easy. And Arsenal having a very thin squad, you're risking injury.
well, not even thin squad. Mikel Arteta doesn't rotate
Mm-mm.
at all, so he makes it worse for himself. So I fully expect these players to be tired by the end of it, not just physically, but also mentally. Because remember, the way the media, the way their fans and everything, they see it. They might pretend that they don't see it, but they see it. Especially with Mikel Arteta putting up TikTok videos and training, they know what's happening around them. They know the narrative. They know how much pressure is on them.
Yeah, they hear the buzz.
Yeah, you're telling me they didn't see the Man City fan with the Arsenal bottle? They've seen it. They probably tried to use it as fuel, but now that it keeps happening true, it's in the back of their mind, and they just keep repeating, "We can't bottle this. We can't bottle this," and that's going to lead them to, and that's what's led them here.
Yeah, as far as Man City, they play this Wednesday against Burnley, who's already relegated. Then they face Southampton in the FA Cup, Everton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa. The one weird one is the Crystal Palace one because as of now, we don't think it's scheduled, but FotMob is showing it as scheduled on Friday, May 22nd. That's 2 days before the final match day on May 24th. So we'll see if things change. But yeah, we have a feeling it's gonna have to be rescheduled because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans say that it's gonna it's not end it doesn't end until the last match date. I don't see it like that. I fully see Arsenal dropping points before that and the title being fully wrapped up by then. Because I just feel like they're continuing this uh, downwards spiral that they're currently on. Because if you look at their last six matches, if you go on Football Observer, it's all red and gray. Their only win being their 1-0 win against Sporting, which was undeserved.
And a very close match, as like you said, I don't think it was too deserved. Oh my God. But yeah, they only have one win in the last five matches. The la against Sporting. As far as Premier League win, the last one they had was against Everton, and that was March 14th. That was last month.
Yeah.
So it's been a tough couple months for Arsenal. It's a tough 2026 because they didn't have a good start to the year, right?
No, they were dropping points, but you remember, Man City also didn't take advantage of them.
There were so many matches, bro. That's why I'm like, I'll wait before I celebrate.
Nah, Jerry. Nah.
But yeah, sticking with Premier League, as far as the other side of the table, the bottom side, Tottenham tied. Did you see any improvement? I don't know if you saw the match. I saw a couple minutes.
Yeah, they led, which is already an improvement there because they usually are in the back foot. They went up 1-0, then Brighton tied it up, and then again they went up 2-1, and then Brighton got it at the last minute or so.
Hmm. It's weird. I don't know. Tottenham did have a couple of chances that game where they didn't take advantage. I remember the Xavi Simons one eventually hitting the post. But this was a completely winnable game for Tottenham. I think there is improvement as far as them not breaking down mentally. I don't know how they haven't already because they it's hard not to. I know they want to. probably kill each other as teammates because a lot of things aren't going right. But yeah, I don't know if you saw the goal. Matoma scored a banger of a goal off a
Yeah.
volley. Yeah, we'll see how things keep going. I know their schedules again. It's not easy because it's Tottenham, dude. This has kind of been their season. They go up and then it's not guaranteed that they're gonna win. Um,
Well, luckily the next match is should be fairly easier with Wolves, knowing that Wolves is fully relegated unless Wolves just want to be an asshole and be like, we're dragging you with us.
I think that's what they're gonna do. I don't think it's gonna be an easy match, especially when they're playing at Wolves.
Yeah, but they certainly haven't made it easier for themselves because the
Mm-mm.
last fixtures are very tough because they have Aston Villa at home, and then they have Leeds who have shown to cause trouble to any side with their defeating Man U, who was at home, and then they have Chelsea at home, and then Everton.
Yeah, that Leeds game I think is gonna be interesting because Leeds is technically they're kind of already in the safe zone from relegation, but pretty sure they're gonna be willing to punch them down a little bit more to try to keep them down there. But yeah, like you said, it's not gonna be easy match, especially with Chelsea. It looks like Enzo's back in the squad, so they're gonna have a little bit more structure. And then Everton has been kind of a huge revelation since they almost got relegated that last time. So one can only hope because West Ham is the other side of this coin, right?
Yeah, but they also have tough fixtures because they play Everton as well. Then they play Brentford, who ha are also tough, and then they play Arsenal, then Newcastle, and then Leeds on the final day.
Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't really pay too much attention to the relegation battle going on in the Premier League. I know I
Yeah,
did pay attention to the Everton one, but like I think this one's kind of heating up, especially since it's like Tottenham, who was
yeah,
at one point like top four club.
yeah. Jerry really wants him to go down. He's holding a special hatred towards him right now.
Yeah, I want to see him go down because it'll be like history. Like it's kind of unheard of, especially like in the 2010s when I started watching a lot of football. They kept trying to implement themselves as a top club, and now seeing them at this point in the season, pretty much almost down to the second division, it's interesting. It's like, do you still see yourself as a top club if that's the case? Plus, by the way, they spent more money than Barcelona, and Barcelona still manages to win the league with a lot less money. But anything else in the Premier League that you wanted to go on about?
No, that's enough time talking about that boring football.
Man, did you enjoy the Man City Arsenal match at least?
I mean, it was the first time they actually played football, so yeah, it was
It was
surprising. It was enjoying. It was the first time one of their fixtures actually provided entertainment. Because usually when one of the big six clubs play, it's usually a 0-0 draw and nothing happens, and it's just defensive tactics up against each other. Everyone's playing low block. No, they don't even want to counter sometimes because they'll leave their goal open. So yeah, it was actually an enjoyable match for once. So I'll tip my hat to that. They
to
finally
Pep,
had
not
it.
to Arteta. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, Arteta's still a terrorist. You saw that as they almost scored and was probably the most brightest offensive spark you have, and then you sub him out for Martinelli. That right there is a fireable offense. And then I still see Arsenal fans saying Arteta in,
Hey, keep him in so you can keep battling. But
which hey, listen, as a hater, keep Arteta for as long as you want, so he could keep balling all this every year.
big facts. Now, going to actual football, we had the Copa del Rey final on Saturday. It was actually a really good match, in my opinion. I don't know if you
Yeah,
caught it.
yeah, it was what it finished what 4-4?
It was 2-2 in regular time. Went to extra times, nothing happened too much. And then they went to penalties.
Right. What the fuck did I get 4-4?
But yeah, it's just mostly that took the lead. And then Julian
Oh,
Alvarez kind of had like a masterclass.
I do gotta say, Muso is hilarious for what he did to that day.
Why?
Because he against Barca was like a brick wall, and on that day he was at fault for the goals.
Telling you, everyone steps up against Barcelona, but when it comes to
It
every other
was
team,
hilarious.
you literally turn back to your former self and turn into a cone.
It was hilarious. I was watching it and I knew Barca fans were pissed because they're like, how is he that the week, not even like a week, he goes crazy against Barca, but a couple days later against Sociedad, he's literally he was so it was hilarious.
Man, I'm not even I wasn't mad. I was happy that Sociedad got the win. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Jerry was preying on Atletico Madrid's downfall for what he they did to him in two competitions,
I
in the
definitely
Copa del
was.
Rey and Champions League.
I definitely was. They had our number in the knockout stages, and but hey, you gotta win it at the end, Jesse. And they didn't. But Julian Alvarez had pretty much a fantastic match, but all for what? For nothing. But yeah, Sociedad started off hot, scored the goal. Lookman, he responded, and of course, what Cholo does, what in Cholo fashion, he
Subs
takes
him
off his
up.
best. Yeah, he takes off his best player and just subs him out. Which I think Lookman might start getting bothered at that, and even more after like how the match ended, because that was his issue in Atalanta. Remember that the Gasperini would just sub him out for no reason at halftime. So we'll see if there's any rumors about him leaving, because I don't think he'll be too happy about that. We'll have him with open arms at Barcelona if he ever does want to come, because I'm pretty sure he'll be a cheap transfer.
Uh,
But but yeah, then again, Sociedad just scored. Guedes was having a fantastic match, by the way, too, until he like got tired of legs because they were running so much, and yeah, tied
Joan
it up.
Martin was good too. The young center back that Real Sociedad have. I know he's
Yeah,
been linked to both Real Madrid, Barcelona, and then on top of like all the English clubs because you know. But yeah, he looks like a good player.
yeah. So it was a pretty good match. I think there was a lot of momentum shifting back and forth. At one point, I think Madrid was not themselves, and they had like seven attackers at one point. By the way, Baena plays against Atletico Madrid so much. He was so imprecise.
He's funny. He is funny.
Yeah, there was like he went through on the left side, and all he had to do was like a simple cross. You know, the goal Barcelona always concedes, like just early cross down the line. Could have
Hmm.
done that with Sorloth, but no, he just pings it very high, and Sorloth is pissed. And yeah, I don't know. There's just so much to it. And yeah, Julian Alvarez missed the penalty on top of that. So yeah, I recommend go watching the match highlights. I think it was a very good match. Who doesn't love penalties when especially when your team's not playing them? Because that's probably the
Yeah.
best part.
Speaking of penalties, there was another final on Saturday. The Sidemen charity match.
I didn't even watch it. I gotta watch the highlights for that.
Yeah, what's that? It was funny. It was what you expect from a creator game. A lot of goals, not a lot of good football, but what do you expect? And then you had two goalies who were out of their depths. They finished 10-10 and they went to penalties.
Hey man, I would say that they provide more football than Arsenal has.
They do, 100%. And I know the Arsenal fan in case I would disagree, but they did. Hey, and it's funny that 2 years in a row, an American creator got MVP of the match. This year was Jinxie.
Who was
Last year
last
was
year's?
Sketch.
Sketch?
Sketch.
All right, he was a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, he was a goalkeeper again. He had a look at it's a second goal of the game, I think. It's him against Toby Jizzle in a free kick. You'll watch it and you'll be like, hey, that's funny.
Who ended up winning the match? U2 FC, right?
YouTube All Stars, yeah. This year, I think the Sidemen split, so there was I'd say the best player they have on the YouTube All Stars in Mini Minter because he
Mhm.
scored another hat trick.
I would say this. From the clips I did see, I didn't like the ex phase members. They were kind of cringe what they were doing.
Oh, they were all bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I like what Jinxie did. I think it was pretty cool. What he did. He trained for this, Jesse, by the way.
Yeah, I saw. Well, he needed to because last year he everyone was making fun of him because he ran over the ball and fell by himself.
Yeah. Hey, but he redeemed himself. Um, I think there's rumors that there's supposed to be another Sidemen charity of match this year.
Is there? I
Yeah.
haven't heard those.
Apparently someone leaked it and they were yeah, I think they're lining up the teams to go play. But again, a little bit of fun. I wasn't able to catch it, honestly. But in Bundesliga news, Bayern Munich won the league.
Uh,
Who would have
yeah,
thought,
let's move on.
dude?
Yeah, let's move on from that. No
Who
one
would have
cares.
thought? Um,
Int- in French, PSG versus Lyon, they Lyon won 2-0, 2 not 2-0, 2-1 against PSG, which was a good match, you know.
Endrick assists in a goal.
Yeah. After he came off the bench.
Yeah, he's proving to Real Madrid why he shouldn't have left that team on loan, especially. But it's hard again. It's hard when you have Mbappe there and just dictating everything. But I don't know if you saw that Luis Enrique refused to shake his hand because he said he doesn't shake hands with immature players.
Yeah, because both him and Hakimi were upset that he was dancing on them.
It's dumb. Dancing is a part of it. Like you're gonna get hate for it, but at the end of the day, it's not being disrespectful. Disrespectful. If you don't want to see him dance, don't let him score.
Yeah, dude, it pisses me off because this is exactly what people used to cherish, like this personality in the game. Like this is what we loved, like Ronaldinho for, because he would embarrass players and then I'll do it like put a smile on your face. But now we don't allow players to do that because it's disrespectful. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Even when Vinny was
Like,
doing it, I hated it, but like I understand it. Like if we don't want to see him dance, then don't let him score.
yeah, like when Cuauhtemoc Blanc that was really disrespectful. Remember his celebration where he pretended to be a dog pissing on the goal?
Yeah, I still remember that.
Yeah,
You
like that.
you can't do that now. I think someone got a red card for doing that.
Yeah, it's just, that's disrespectful. But hey, man, I love that.
I know, me too. So, but yeah, Endrick's showing a lot of flair and quality when he's playing with Leon. He's very clinical when it comes to it. He doesn't hesitate to shoot the ball. So that's what you want to see in a striker. And I'm interested to see what Real Madrid does with him, if they keep him or sell him. But we'll see. What are your thoughts? Do you think he stays?
Yeah, I think he stays, and then I think next year there's gonna be a similar situation to him. I think they'll loan out Mastantuono to get the game time because
Hmm.
I think that was missing for him, especially in the second half with when Arbeloa took over. He just didn't get consistent minutes, and he wasn't given the freedom to show what he wanted. When he would come on, it was more of like a to be like a runner presser for to make up for the other two, and that was shown with Endrick that it also limited him. He didn't get the time or like the freedom to make mistakes,
Hmm.
which is allowing Leon to just like express himself. So I think that's also what they're gonna hope for Mastantuono next year. They'll just loan him out and hope he develops more. And I think that's gonna happen similarly to a couple other younger players.
That's why I say, like, when it comes to football, you gotta make the right moves to the right team, and I don't think Endrick made the right move to Real Madrid.
All right.
No, well, in all seriousness, yeah, it's hard because Mbappe has always flirted with Real Madrid. Everyone expected him to go eventually one day, and it happened, and they pretty much took Endrick's spotlight away. Because if Mbappe never joined, I think Endrick gets the starting spot.
I don't think he gets a starting spot because then we're still at the similar situation of 2 years ago where it was Vinny and Rodrigo up top, and then we had four midfielders with like Jude almost playing as a false nine, and then like three surrounding him. I think we're still in that system.
Maybe, but I think he would have a better chance of starting because if he went to Barcelona and made the right move, I think he.
No, no, but Jerry, during that time you were shaking your ass for Victor Rook.
And I still was. I think it was just a mistake, and he lost a bunch of confidence because even now, he's rumored to go back to Europe, and a lot of Premier League teams are interested in him. If I was Barcelona, and I had the money to buy him now, I think I would, but I don't think he'll come back.
No, because you said if he made the right move to Barca, but I think if he went to Barca, it'd be a similar situation to Victor Roque. Because the only reason those two, Victor Roque didn't work out in Barca was because he never got the chance because Xavi didn't rate him or didn't like him.
It was that whole red card. I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't know what Xavi's deal was with that red card.
Yeah, because he basically
He was doing really good beforehand.
he sidelined him from the entire squad because he basically got isolated and never had the chance. And then even then, when he was loaned to Betis, similar situation, he just didn't get a chance.
And Betis, he did all right. He didn't do too bad. But yeah, he made the move back to Brazil, and I think it was really good for him because he got his mental back, he got a starting spot back, and clearly a bunch of teams want him. But again, now Victor Roque is still a really good player. I don't think he'll come back
He's
though.
so young.
He is, but it happens, dude. But yeah, your Real Madrid won Won the what is
The
it,
UEFA
Europa?
UEFA Youth League Championship. So it's like basically the Champions League for like the
Yeah, I
youth
think
teams.
yeah, youth teams, yeah.
So
Again,
yeah,
I,
that's
I
good.
was gonna make fun of you about it, but I'm like, no, it's kind of a pretty good. It's a pretty good trophy because a lot of players come off of that. So let's see
Yeah.
if Real Madrid takes advantage of those players that come up.
Yeah, and I think the MVP for it was the goalie, which is
Hmm.
always good to have. Javi Navarro, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Over the semifinal and final, he had five penalty saves. Both of them went to penalties. The semifinal was against PSG. He saved three penalties in that, and then the final he saved two. So that's always good to have, because Courtois isn't getting any younger, and it's good to see if the this kid steps up and could fill in those shoes. Because after Lunin's play against Bayern Munich, I don't think he's gonna get that chance anymore.
no, definitely not. It'll be interesting because is there any young keepers at the moment? Juan Garcia is like 20 something. He's like in his mid 20s. So I mean, like young. Remember, like when Donnarumma when he's starting at 18?
He started when he was like 16.
Yeah, even younger.
Yeah, he was 16.
But at 18, he was like the consensus starter.
Yeah, he was consistent starting for also for Italy.
Mm,
Besides that, not really. I know there's been like other like keeper prospects that like people are like, oh, these are like super young, like prospects or goalkeepers that will probably dominate the future, and like almost none of them panned out to like what people expected of them.
yep.
There was like the other Italian one, Seref, who was really hyped up. The one from Germany, the one that signed with Bayern, but then was a backup and got sold. I think on loan. I think you mentioned him.
Yeah,
New.
I forgot. He's in another team in Germany. I think Frankfurt.
Yeah, he didn't pan out to what everyone expected from him. Um, Even in England,
England, it's probably the worst.
there was
Well,
like
There's Trafford, but he was like again cl hitting mid 30s. He's like 23.
the one I remember being really hyped up was Jack Butland,
Hmm.
and he like I don't even think he plays in the
Stoke
like
City, man.
yeah, I think he plays in like championship or like the third division. But yeah, there's like real no young keepers really. If
Hmm.
they do, it's mostly like early 20s.
Yeah. Even then, it's hard to come up with a goalkeeper because goalkeepers pretty much nowadays play until like they're 35, almost 40s. Look at
Yeah,
Neuer. He's still playing.
yeah, yeah. They like once you have a good goalkeeper, there's no reason to move on from them unless they give you a reason to.
Hmm.
And especially for young keepers, because as they say, goalkeepers are better when they're older because they're like they're more
Experience and
yeah.
everything. But
So the young goalkeepers don't really get a chance unless they're like they're super talented, and even then, they're just mostly sent out on loan.
for real. Now, getting into the predictions for this week, we have midweek matches. We have Premier League, La Liga matches, Coppa Italia, and DFB Polka. So we'll get into those now.
Do you want to do the France Coupe de semifinal? France Cup?
Yeah, we'll do it, obviously, to show respect to the French league.
Yeah, because it's not big names, but it's still a cup.
Definitely. Premier League, Brighton, Chelsea, that's tomorrow. Um, honestly, I'll take Chelsea because I think Enzo is bad.
I'll go Brighton. Change it up.
As far as La Liga, we have Real Madrid versus Deportivo Alaves. I'll take Alaves to tie.
Uh, Real Madrid should win.
I think there's a little bit of tension in the locker room, so that's why I'm like, I'll take a tie. I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid wins. I think eventually they do need a bounce back. Coppa Italia, Inter Milan versus Como. They tied 0-0 in the first leg, and they just played a fantastic match too.
Yeah, it was a great match. It was unfortunate for Como because they were up for like the first half of the match and then they just crumbled in the second half.
Mhm.
Uh,
Did they learn
hope
from their mistakes, Jesse?
I hope so because the first game they couldn't score. This time they scored three, and this time they get the win.
Yeah, I want to go with Como. I want to be different and say Inter, but different and be Inter, like, let's be honest. But yeah, I got Como. I think it's exciting what Fabregas is doing with that squad, and same thing Nico Paz. Don't go to Real Madrid, but
Hey,
yeah, that's my
Fabregas,
message.
listen, don't go to Arsenal. I know there's a lot of links with you right now in
I hope
Arsenal.
not.
Please don't ruin your career like that and go to that haram of a football club.
He's gonna have to like pretty much deconstruct the whole squad and stop them from thinking corners only.
Yeah, and bringing like actual football players.
I think he could probably do it if he goes to City. But
Yeah.
Arsenal, like I said, it's you have to change the way of them, like the way they play. But France, Coupe de France, Lens versus Toulouse. I'll take
Uh,
Lens, the second place team at the moment.
yeah, and then Toulouse is struggling. But you know what? I'll go with Toulouse.
It's hard to tell because it's interesting. I forgot which player was saying it, but they're saying the French league is actually very physical. It's not
Yeah,
an
it's
easy league, as
not
they say.
easily. Ooh, that's a mistake for me, dude. They have two red cards and three injuries.
You believe.
I believe.
Premier League, we'll just do it because of the first place thing. It's Burnley versus Man City. I got Man City.
Yeah, of course, man. So you know my stance on this.
Elche versus Atletico Madrid. I think Elche wins. They're playing at home, and Atletico Madrid is crumbling at the moment.
I think they'll need the form for their Champions League win against Arsenal, so I'll go Atletico Madrid.
They might rest their 11 again.
That's true, which I wouldn't be mad at.
Barcelona versus Celta Vigo. They are playing. Barcelona's playing at home. Give me Barcelona 4-0.
Celta Vigo win just because Iago Aspas, he always has a moment a season and he needs that moment this year.
He's gonna play in like the 80th minute. Where did Brian Zaragoza go again?
Remember
He
he went
left in
to
January.
yeah, remember Bayern recalled him and then they sent him to like Italy if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think. I can't spell his name, but I don't know why they did that.
Roma to Roma,
Roma.
remember?
And has he been doing good at Roma? Let me check. He's had two starts, one assist, 135 minutes played. Wow, they literally did him dirty. Why? He was doing so well at Celta Vigo. Did they sell him or did they send him back on loan?
On loan. They canceled his loan and sent him back on loan to Roma.
I am pissed if I'm Brian Zaragoza. Like, why would they do that?
That's hilarious. That is funny.
That is
I
funny.
remember thinking when it happened it was funny. It's so funny because it makes no sense.
It doesn't. We'll do France League on PSG versus Nantes. PSG has like 9 matches to make up, so I'll take Nantes.
I think PSG wins and they'll play their youth team players here to rest up.
They play pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I like Malumu.
Yeah. He's been linked to leave in the
Hmm.
summer, so watch out for that one. Could get a steal.
I'm looking on Thursday.
Wednesday, so Atalanta versus Lazio, Coppa Italia semifinal.
Yes, that was all the way down here, which I don't like what FotMob does that. Um, they're tied 2-2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking? I'll take my time deciding this.
I'll go with Lazio.
Atalanta's home, right? I'll take Atalanta for the home field advantage. And like their record, they're pretty much the same. I think Atalanta has one more loss against Bayern Munich out of all the teams. So I'll go with Atalanta. Coupe de
Yeah.
France.
Strasbourg versus Nice. OGC Nice is struggling in the league. I know they're towards the bottom of the table, close to relegation zone. And Strasbourg has slowed down a bit, and they are missing their star striker. Remember, he did
Hmm.
get injured, so that will come into play.
I'll take Nice.
I'll go with Strasbourg just because I feel nah. You know what? I'll go Nice because remember also Chelsea did bad. What was the defender? Anselmino. He was out with he was doing well with Dortmund. Then they recalled him and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna use you." Oh, never mind, we're not. And then send him to Strasbourg.
And he got injured and he's out for the season now.
Yeah, as soon as he got there. Oh, I'd
Um,
be pissed too.
I know Strasbourg has a little bit of momentum from the what is it called from the Europa League because they were like
Hmm.
down on the score like what is aggregate, but they made a huge comeback. I think that's gonna give them a lot of overconfidence, and I think Nice wins.
And then also DFB Pokal is Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich, which Bayern Munich have struggled in this competition.
Last time they won was 2019, 2020. I got Bayern Munich. I think they're in a different level at this point, and it's clearly a different. I think company has done a good job. I know we were very huge skeptics as far as right now. I don't think I'm a huge skeptic anymore. He's kind of the real deal.
Yeah, I'm going Leverkusen. I think they have a really good player in Massa, if you've seen him play.
Mhm.
He's really good. He's been linked with a summer move to Man City. to replace Phil Foden. I think he's really good. I think he'll fit the. Yeah, I think he's another like he has that X factor in him, and I think
Mhm.
he's really good. He's a really good player, and will it'll be dangerous for Man City next year if they get him.
If you poke on Thursday, I think that's the only match I do see is Stuttgart versus Freiburg. Uh, I'll take Freiburg. They have a really good record. They've been consistent. The only time they did lose was against Bayern Munich, and they lost 2-3, so it was a very close match.
I'll go with Stuttgart and hope Chema Andres gets the winner. Gotta support my Castilla products.
And you gotta do what you gotta do. Friday, Real Madrid versus Real Betis. Betis is playing at home. Give me Real Betis.
Uh oh, dude, I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the day before. I was like, where is? We'll score. We'll win. We'll win because
Full score will win.
we'll score. We'll win because we're gonna call up youth products and they're gonna carry on their form.
I'll see if they rotate. Saturday, Liverpool Crystal Palace. Give me Liverpool.
Crystal Palace,
West Ham Everton.
Everton,
I got Everton. Tottenham Wolves. Give me Wolves.
I think Spurs get it.
Arsenal Newcastle.
Newcastle,
I think it's a tie. Getafe Barcelona.
Getafe,
Give me Barcelona.
like
Uh,
Madrid, Athletic Club,
Give me Atletico Madrid.
Athletic Club.
No, I'll switch to Athletic Club because again they have Champions League that coming up week. They're gonna rest. Do you see anything Italy?
Nope.
Nothing huge. Germany? No, that's pretty much chalk.
Man City, Southampton, FA Cup semifinal.
Give me Man City.
Same.
I kind of want Man City to lose so then they could just focus on the league. But yeah, give me Man City. Spain on what is it?
Sunday,
Sunday.
nothing.
Nothing really, right? Italy.
Milan, Juventus.
They both are very mid. Give me a tie.
I was about to say that I'll go Luka Modric, AC
FA
Milan.
Cups. FA Cup. Wait, you say AC Milan?
Yeah.
Okay. FA Cup. Chelsea versus Leeds. Give me Leeds.
Leeds.
Give me
Give me
Leeds.
Leeds. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds,
All
Leeds.
right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We had to finish this because it's about to end. Peace. Make sure to like and
Peace.
subscribe.